Hello and welcome to my craft room. My name is Deanna Gonzalez. I'm really excited about this cute little, it's not necessarily just for Thanksgiving because it's a thank you card. It definitely has fall colors, as you can see. I went ahead and used the Artfully Scent, the new Cricut cartridge from Close to My Heart, as well as the stamp set actually that comes with it. So when you purchase one of the Close to My Heart cartridges, they always give you a set of 3 stamps, and this is the thank you and for all you do that comes with this set. So I had a lot of fun with this. There's more than one way to go about this kind of a thing, and you could cut this out and then go ahead and attach some paper behind and color it. But if you do that, a lot of times the coloring goes outside the lines and it doesn't quite give it just that perfect look that I was going for. So, and you could use colored pencils, you could use, any kind of coloring system, that you like. I went ahead and used 4 of the markers that Close to My Heart sells, but you can use whatever you have. I do like this look, and you can do it with any of these cutout pages, any of the cards that have the cutouts. You just, let me see if I can find another one. Those don't really have shapes. Even like the wood, you could have 2 different colored grains. The butterflies, color them in different ways. It's just a fun idea. This card happens to be on page 11, and I went ahead and just cut it. I always do the 5.5 tall, so it'll fit. It'll fit all of my my envelopes that I have. So what I did was I just took a piece of cardstock that I felt would suit, and then I laid the paper down just so, and then just use a pencil and traced. And I tried really hard not to press really hard, because then you can see the pencil coming through on the edges. But I'm not very good at that. So what I had to do is once I went over it, I just went ahead and lightly erased. And you want to make sure you have a good eraser, of course, otherwise it can look really, really bad. So I just went ahead and erased that region. And then I went first with the darkest, and this is bronze actually. So I used the bronze marker to start on just on the trunk. And I was going to do some fun shading, but I ended up not really having time to do something that fancy. So, if you want, you can always add your own shading techniques. So I did bronze on that part. Going up, I went ahead and did the mahogany. And let me see, thin. And again, you could always multicolor each and every single leaf if you wish to. I just decided to do sort of a gradient change as, some of the leaves lower on a tree start to die first, and so you have the different colors sometimes, and that can look really, really pretty. So I went for that. And then I have marigold for the orangey color. And, you kind of want it to bleed outside, because when you put this down after you traced, you need some of that to be colored. So the bleeding here is actually a good thing. Golden yellow is what I used for the very top part. And so yeah, you don't have to be too careful or, worry too much about it. You just need to make sure that you get the color in the right region with this. So that kind of makes it easy. So that's how I did that part. And then to attach, obviously I can't just tape the whole edge, because I've got like this circle on the edge here. So what I did, I just went and got this score tape I got from actually just Amazon.com. I found it for really cheap. I could get multiple, rolls of this ridiculously, amazingly long stuff. And it's better than the red one, because the stuff comes off really easily. But there's this minuscule, like 1 1/8, and I went ahead and did that for like the top part, because I just need to make sure that it doesn't, it doesn't go down too far. So this seemed to actually be a really good length for me. So I did that, or height, maybe I should say. So anyway, I went ahead and I did this, and this looks like this time it might be a little close. Last time I think I traced it a little bit better on my paper, but we'll see what happens. So just kind of like tracing along with the score tape. And then I can do a little thicker just in these little corners here, just to add a little more support. But this tape stuff is amazingly strong, and you know, can really keep your paper where you want it to be. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that again. I like to put it against the edge of the other tape here, you know, just to make sure it's kind of lined in a good way and getting close to those edges. But yeah, I really love this stuff. It's great. It's great for boxes too, to make sure, you know, you get a quick attachment of the box and it's ready to go instead of waiting for the glue to dry and all that. And because they made it so affordable, it really makes it easier to go ahead and just do that instead of worrying about, you know, using the cheapest glue possible. So all I did here is go ahead and take off these little easy to take off strips. And as you see, I don't have the red going, "Hello, I'm your friend, and I will not leave you alone." That can be a little frustrating. So just gonna peel this off here, like so. And of course throw that stuff away. And now, obviously this can be a little tricky, trying to line this up. Oh, actually, you know what? I forgot. I need to make sure I have a little bit of glue here, because otherwise my little flaps are going to come off on the front. They could come off on the envelope. That could be really bad. So I'm going to go ahead and do that really quick. Make sure I have some glue here, just in these little edges that might be an issue later on. Because, you know, sometimes you work really hard on something, it looks really awesome, and then boom, you know, you forget to glue something down and something happens, and it's very depressing. Not that I've had, you know, emotional trauma over this kind of stuff. But anyway, okay, so ignoring my emotional trauma problem, I'm gonna try to just line up the best I can, because obviously it's gonna be a little tricksy here. So I'm gonna go for like a little bit down here. Whee! I don't want it to touch too much because it's very, very good adhesive, and it's very much going to adhere. So getting this, I think, pretty lined up. It's looking pretty good. It's not quite perfect. You can always go in with the markers after if you want to make sure you get those edges. You just need to be careful that you don't actually color there. So let's see if we can get a little bit of coloring without making a problem in some of these areas that it seems. But see, this is why it's totally okay to kind of over color, because it's very hard to do this and not color the actual outside of the card. So if you do this and there's a little extra, you might want to leave it alone. Of course, my placement probably could have been better. But yeah, you know, whenever you're doing a video, a lot of times things don't quite work out as perfect as it did the first time. You know, probably because of the, you know, pressure and everything, and everybody's watching, and you're like, ooh, I'm going to mess up. So anyway, that should do it. That's pretty good, I'd say. And, you know, you can see the beautiful, like, gradual coloring can really make a difference, can really look good. So I'm going to take the stamp set that came with, as I said before, the cartridge. Now, I want my thank you to curve a little bit with this. So it kind of curves a little this way. So I'm going to kind of, I guess I'll just curve it here and see how that lays. That's looking pretty good. Maybe I'll move the U over. That's the nice thing about clear stamps too, is you can, you know, sort of shift them about and decide what shape you want, kind of curve with things. I'm obviously a huge fan of clear stamps. I love being able to see everything. So I hope I'm in the camera here. I mean, not my head, but the stamp. So I'm just going to go ahead and make sure I press down well here. And I've got the great little thank you. And it is a little bit outside, but I feel like that still looks all right. And you could always cut this whole card in a different color and glue in a banner that looks different. But I really thought the subtleness of it looked really, really nice. so I didn't really mind. I liked it, but you know, you can do whatever suits your taste. And I am just using the chocolate. I went ahead and used chocolate. So I'm going to curve that just a little bit again on the block here, and then lay down and see if I think that looks really good. Maybe the fork could go a little down a little bit. That's looking really good. So we'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, I like how that looks. So thank you for all you do. And we've got the cute, I like the multiple fonts. I just feel like it really gives it a little bit of classy awesomeness to it. So here's our card. And you could of course do something fancy on the inside as well, but I just really wanted a lot of attention to be on the front. I just thought it was really, really cute. So yeah, here's our thank you, you know, for all you do card. I hope you like it. And if you have any questions about, you know, how to get some of these materials, you can always click the YouTube description. Will always have a link right back to the post that I put on my website, so you can get right to it and, you know, see all the details and everything. But I hope that you're gonna just have a really great Thanksgiving this year, and that this fall won't be too cold. I'm pretty sure that it's supposed to be a bit of a rough winter this year, so hopefully, you know, you've got tons of blankets, a lot of warm stuff, you know, you got hot cocoa or whatever, you know, laid aside, you know, something to just kind of get you through the coldness. But so as the fall leaves are falling, I'm kind of like, no, not yet, you know, but it's also very, very beautiful. So I hope you have a great day today. I hope you're going to be able to get some crafting done, because it's so much fun, right? And thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day. Goodbye.